This is a unique opportunity to discover an incredible survey of the artistic development and indeed cultural history of British and Irish art across a 100-year period. So our British and Irish Art Week comprises 4 dedicated sales celebrating the best of modern British, Scottish and Irish art. It includes many of the great names of the 20th century, as well as artists who are less familiar to us. One of the absolute highlights is this beautiful bronze by Barbara Hepworth called Curved Form Briar. We have a piece which exemplifies her aesthetic outlook. We see this in the enfolding shape of the bronze, in the strings which dissect the space in the interior of the piece, and also in the pierced circle, which is a real quintessential Hepworth motif. And this is very much in keeping with Hepworth's aim when creating her sculptures, in that they are not something just to be seen, but to be directly experienced. Lowry's works are distinctly British, not least because of the subject matter exploring the industrial landscape in the north of England and the lives impacted by it. Here we have a very typical Lowry street scene. Chalky off-white backgrounds, the shadowless figures, and the muted use of colours. It's a very distinct visual language. Lowry was a master of creating compositions, and by not relying on literal representations, he was able to engineer really compelling visions for the viewer. Jack Yeats was one of the great Irish artists of the 20th century. Not dissimilar to Lowry, he was fascinated by people and he was a great chronicler of life. Sunday Morning is a beautiful early example by Yeats which dates to 1921. It depicts a group of women around the cart horse making their way along a country road. Ireland proved an endless source of inspiration from Yeats. The resulting works are some of the definitive images of Irish life and identity. Double Anemones by William Nicholson is an exquisite still life by the artist. William Nicholson was a master of creating harmonious, balanced compositions. And there's in fact a lovely connection between Jack B. Yeats and William Nicholson. Both artists held a joint show at the National Gallery in 1942, which was organised by Kenneth Clark. William Nicholson was fascinated by the play of light. We also have this really bold, stark contrast between the white tablecloth and the colourful flowers against this heavy, dark background. The 1920s was when Nicholson was really creating some of his most powerful and beautiful works, and this is no exception. There's also another key story in the development of modern British art, and that comes from Scotland, particularly a group of artists known as the Scottish colourists. In the 1900s, they headed to France and mixed with the likes of Picasso, Matisse and their circle. J.D. Ferguson was one of the key Scottish colourists. Pré de l'Étoile, Paris, dates from 1907, the very year that Ferguson moved to the city. There's a wonderful sense of light and of dust descending on the city, and in the foreground you have the elegant lady and horse and carriage summarised in a wonderfully effortless manner. Here is an artist feeling absolutely confident and joyful in his work, and that comes across so strongly in this painting. What makes this Sale Week so special is the chance to discover a fantastic range of artworks by Britain and Ireland's leading painters from the 20th century to the present day. It is set to be an action-packed week and one you don't want to miss out on.